There has just been a big update in the insane Bricks and Minifigs scandal. If you are new around here, please subscribe. We're close to 2,000. Hype the video, it spreads it far and wide. Leave a like, drop a comment, and let me tell you, what you're about to see is insane. When this all started, Bricks and Minifigs put out a statement on their website that just went through kind of what was going on and what they're dealing with and what they're doing. And now they've released another one, but this one basically admits everything they've done has been wrong. Now, the first part of the statement, they say, at Bricks and Minifigs, we understand trust is earned through actions and not just words. Now, let's be honest, they did not understand this from the start, because if that was the case, this would never have happened. This would never have got as big as it has, and Brian Mansell would have his money or his Lego back. They then go on to say, over the past several weeks, we've heard from customers, franchise owners, Lego enthusiasts, and other community members who care deeply about our brand. We know people have been concerned, frustrated, and disappointed by what they've seen and heard in the social media world about Bricks and Minifigs. Now, let's be honest, you brought all of that on yourself because you went about the whole situation in the wrong way. We also understand that for some people, this hasn't been just about one store or one situation. It has raised broader questions about trust, accountability, communication, and how we protect the values that make Bricks and Minifigs special. Now, that is just a damage control PR message trying to get people back on board because they're clearly losing money and losing customers throughout this saga. They then go on to say, while much of the public discussion has been based on incomplete or inaccurate information, we also recognize simply correcting misinformation isn't enough. People also want to know we understand why they have raised concerns, what we've learned, and how we are improving as a result. Now, if you've done nothing wrong, what do you need to improve on? So you've just basically admitted you've done stuff wrong. So the first part is increased operational support. In order to better support our franchisees, we recently hired experienced field coaches and a field coach manager. This increases store level visibility with more consistent insight into store operations and more direct support for franchise owners. With our coaches, we're working to strengthen areas such as brand standards, inventory management, and customer interaction. Inventory management, there we go. So basically in this one, you're admitting that your inventory management when you took over that store was non-existent and that you haven't handed over any of this inventory management to anyone that needs it or wants it because you don't have it because you screwed up. Number 2, improved franchisee qualifications. I'm not sure what qualifications you need to be a franchise owner, but let's hear them. Since 2023, we've improved how we qualify new franchise candidates, including background checks, higher financial requirements, and stronger internal expectations around business acumen, professionalism, and operational readiness. I think you maybe need to take these standards to corporate as well. It is imperative that our franchisees running your local BAM store are the right people. Each store needs to embody Bricks and Minifigs' 5 core values: creative, inclusive, collaborative, clean, and service orientated. I hope this applies for corporate as well, because I don't see any of these values being held by corporate. Number 3, standardized inventory and trade systems. Why would you need to improve your inventory and trade systems if you hadn't screwed up? We've invested significant resources into our recently required internal trade and inventory management system. Funny how this was never in place before you got caught. We now require all franchisees to use this system to enhance consistency around inventory purchasing, trade-ins, and store inventory practices. Now, this is brilliant. Of course, they're improving. They're basically admitting we've done wrong. We want to improve. And obviously, we want our business back because you're losing business. And it's all steps in the right direction. It's a little too late, but hey, they're doing it. But it is a massive admission of how they have mishandled the whole thing and how their inventory standards were poor. They weren't communicated properly, and let's be honest, they pretty much made it up as they've gone along, as we've seen so many different documents saying different things. Number 4, new franchisee training and mentorship. We've engaged a group of veteran store owners to help us build a mentorship program so owners have clearer expectations, stronger support, and better tools to operate, market, and grow successfully. Now, this one to me is basically saying, we don't know how to run these stores. We sit in our nice shiny offices. We take all the money. You guys are the ones doing all the hard donkey work that we've now sort of ruined your reputation with. And now we want you guys to come in and save our asses. Number Number 5, standardized offboarding processes. Sometimes stores within Bricks and Minifigs systems change hands, as we've seen in the footage, which you said wasn't real, wasn't true, and you had no idea about. Or they have to close due to a variety of personal and professional reasons. You being exposed by Reckless Ben might be one of them. We're refining a more standardized franchisee offboarding process, including third-party evaluations of inventory. Shouldn't this have been done last time when you took ownership of that inventory? And fixtures where possible, so we can handle store transitions and exits with optimal consistency and professionalism. I'm sure Brian Mansell is thrilled to hear that you're going to be doing that from now on after you stole his Lego. Number 6, expansion of board leadership. We're also expanding our board of directors to include outside perspectives and a franchisee voice. So this whole time they've made the decisions and never ever had a voice of a franchisee owner. I mean, how ridiculous is that? You guys sit in your office, taking your money, taking your dividends, doing pretty much sod all and ruining your own business, while these guys do the hard work to get you the reputation that you had, which you've now just destroyed in a matter of seconds, to be honest. After that first Reckless Ben video, it was over for you. And now you want them to have a voice to help you get your business back, because then we believe our growing brand, not sure about the word growing, benefits from broader experience, stronger oversight and constructive input from people who understand both the business and diverse communities we serve. So that's you admitting you do not understand the business, you do not understand what you've done, you were just there for a paycheck. Number 7, these are getting even more interesting now. Commitment to better communication. Finally, we recognize the value of timely and clear communication during difficult moments. It wouldn't have been a difficult moment if you just done the right thing. Correcting inaccurate claims and acknowledging legitimate concerns are the same thing. Going forward, we're committing to leading with empathy and accountability first. Oh, a bit like you should have in this situation. That's why you're now correcting it, because you are learning from your mistakes, I suppose, but like I said, it's probably a little too late for that. Then clarifying facts second. To be honest with you, you should lead with, yes, empathy, accountability, but also facts are very important. So if the facts are there that you haven't done anything wrong, that's absolutely fine. But obviously in this case, we know that you did everything wrong. Both matter, but so does the order. Some may have asked why Bricks and Minifigs hasn't simply dropped the pending litigation connected to this matter. The answer is that accountability and integrity must run both ways. We remain open to a mediated, amicable resolution, and we do not view litigation as the preferred path. Now you're going to like their wording on this one. We appreciate the federal court's issuance of a preliminary injunction, which is focused on the protection of our franchisees and brand from a host of unlawful activities and reckless behavior. I like it. Well done, Bricks and Minifigs. It's probably the best thing you've done is use the word reckless to describe the situation when it comes to Ben. And then they continue on about the social media stuff, saying why potentially, just read that myself, potentially, I think it's going to carry on, mate. While potentially negative social media chatter will continue, we will continue to defend our brand and rights to conduct business. However, the legal process doesn't change our responsibility to listen, learn and improve. We're sorry for any concern, confusion and loss of confidence this situation has caused amongst customers, owners and communities who care about Bricks and Minifigs. No one cares about Bricks and Minifigs anymore. I think you are finished, but hey, it's worth a try, I suppose. And then lastly, they say, what's next for Bricks and Minifigs? Oh, I think we're all wondering what's next. Just closure, rebranding, different CEO? Let's see what they have to say. We know trust isn't rebuilt by just asking people to move on. No one's ever going to just move on. It's rebuilt by listening, learning, changing and showing through consistent action that the system is stronger than it was before. It's a little too late though, isn't it? You still haven't given Brian his Lego back. Like, why is it taking so long? Why are you taking out injunctions and restraining orders and whatever it is against people that are just basically outing you for the wrong things that you've done? But yeah, basically that whole thing is saying, we admit to making this mistake, so we're now going to improve so we don't make this mistake again. Which is fair enough. They are trying to sort of rebuild bridges, I suppose, but it is a little too late. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments, guys. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hype the video, and yeah, let's see what is left to unfold in this saga.